Alrighty. Howdy, hello, and welcome, whoever's watching. Oh, snap, I hear an echo. Welcome to Learning Full Combos once again. This time we're on Tekken 8, but we have a familiar face here, hopefully. If you guys caught the last one, I'm here again with PaprcutRadiation. How's it going, dude?
Hello, just fine. I just want to say to BBoySonic and also Full Combo, thank you again for letting me letting me be a guest speaker here at this online stream. I really appreciate this. It's a big honor. I'm really looking forward to discussing competitive Tekken gameplay and giving tips and tricks and all that on how to improve. Again, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. I appreciate you. I will say in advance, one, for those who know me, I'm not the best when it comes to 3D fighters, and my experience is limited. But I have played off and on with people. But today, gonna be a day for diving in a bit deeper. Similar structure to last time. Pretty much what we'll be doing is first. I'll be having PaprcutRadiation, the man himself, go over his learning process, the most important tips that he recommends for someone picking up this game, and then shouting out any learning resources that he recommends, be it stuff for frame data or content creators in particular. And then after that, I'll go through my learning process if there are any other specifics that are like different from what he mentioned. Why I picked Lydia amongst the various waifus in the game, and then just a quick overview of the Lydia basics that I did my best to try and get a handle on. And then from there, we will play our first to 5 set, and PaprcutRadiation, as well as you guys watching. You can give your critique, tips, thoughts, and again, shout out any other particular learning resources or things that you guys would say I should be looking at. So yeah, this is gonna be a fun day. Do my best to not get washed, but either way, this is a day for learning, especially. So yeah. For those who don't know, by the way, PaprcutRadiation, one of our local homies and one of the upper echelon players around here. He's pretty darn good at Tekken and Mortal Kombat, which is why we have him here again. And so he's definitely one of the main people that I wanted to have here to learn from. So, if you're ready, Paprcut, let's go ahead and give us an overview. Like, how would you summarize your learning process when it comes to like how you've approached mastering this game?
So I would say is that first thing you have to do is obviously practice mode. When you go into practice mode, as you see right there on the screen,
Yep,
there's
right
the frame data. See the frame data? It's very important to study what particular moves like require a certain amount of frames and all that. For example, what's the best frame punish for certain moves? It's very important to study that. Study what you have to do for your character to launch punish, what you have to do for your character to land a 10 frame punish. For example, the character I play as Law, and also BBoySonic, if you want, feel free to request to share my screen so I could actually demonstrate it if you'd like to do that.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So I can go into practice mode, and while I'm explaining that, and
Yeah, in fact, well, if you want, either if you have your screen up in Discord, I can put it on, or I can put Law on the screen here and demonstrate things here too. Whichever would be easier for you.
Okay. You can request it on PlayStation if you'd like.
Oh wait, view your PlayStation screen?
Yeah, you can do that. If you go to the home menu,
Oh.
then go there, and then click on just click on my profile,
Yes,
and then
right.
go to all right. go to let's see, go to share screen. Let's see.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Also, I just realized you see things in a delay, but there we go. Yeah, I requested seeing your screen. They should be able. Oh wait, I just realized. I think you're. Talk again. Oh, you're coming out of the controller now.
So can you hear me?
Oh,
Can you hear me?
there we go.
The mic
Yeah.
went a little crazy on me for a moment. But can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Let me know if I cut out again, okay? So how you do this is, for example, Law is like is his 10 frame punish is 112. You got to figure out how to do that. So let's say you want to lab Kazuya. This is one of the mini games you can start. See, you can either press down forward 2, and then get a combo off of that. See, this is
Yeah, hopefully you guys can see. Actually, I think I can see
how
at the same
to
time.
study certain characters. This punishment minigame would be very beneficial. Knowing what distance to punish. This is a 12 frame punish. All right. I don't think I need to talk anymore. I think I've shown the point, so I can turn off the minigame. Now, you don't need the minigame to know how to punish certain moves. For example, if you're wondering, is this move punishable? This is Kazuya's 112 punishable. See, look at the frame data. Is this punishable?
Oh, I might need to increase the size of that just a second.
It's minus 17. That means it's very punishable. So of course, you can then turn it into a combo. So what would a move that wouldn't be punished? What would be a move that's not punishable? See, that wouldn't be launch punishable, but it'd be a 10 frame punish. Now, what move would actually put you at an advantage? See, I don't want to match buttons here. All right. Notice it doesn't say punish on the screen. In fact, why don't we let's switch to law so it'd be easier to explain. So I don't want to talk about two. I also play as Kazuya, so we'll switch to law now.
Also, Chad, definitely be sure to let us know if the audio's good, the video is good, just to make sure. In fact, actually, here, let me see.
That's another example. This is punishable. You see the frame data? All right. So an example of a safe move, though, you see, here's an example of when to know when to use a punishable move or not. With law, if you notice, this is a 15 frame startup. That punishes moves, but this is also 15. So let's take a look at the difference here. You notice this is a guarantee. If I duck, this is a guaranteed launch. If I get caught with the mid, people call that the mid check. All right.
Really fast.
But if I block it, it's a 10 frame or a 12 frame punish. See, minus 13. So then what if you do this instead? This is also a launcher. Let me try that one more time. So if you notice, he's at -7, so I can't punish him. It's not a good idea to match buttons after it's a punish. But if you notice, I can't launch him. It doesn't say punish on the screen. But if you notice, it won't launch me either. So my point is that you have to know what's safe, what's a high risk, high reward, what's a safe, what's like the low risk, low reward. That's the thing you have to study to help yourself gradually improve at the game. So to answer the question, so that's how you study practice mode. But the main thing you want to do in Tekken, besides labbing characters and learning how to study frames, is you want to go to rank match practice. You see, so you go to rank match, and then and what's really cool is that the rank match actually records your gameplay. So for example, so if you go to my replays, you can actually you see these are the list of rank match replays I have. So in fact, we'll just play a replay right here. So I'll even show you. So I just want to show an example. See, notice how it shows all the frame data here. You can actually. My point is that if you notice how it shows all the frame data there, it actually shows you. It'll actually show you what you need to launch punish. If let's say there's a move in a rank match you're not launch punishing, all right. Then you'll learn. Oh, this is what I have to launch punish. I have to whiff punish this and all that. See, that's why it's important to watch your online replays and the rank match. So when you want to play rank matches, in my opinion, this is the most important thing, because when it comes to rank matches, it's a diverse amount of gameplay. Tekken itself is a very complicated game, and this will help you build up speed and reaction and teach you how to play under pressure. It's very, very, very important to learn how to play under pressure, because if you want to prepare for a tournament and learn the mechanics, learn your speed and reaction, play rank match. You see, by the end of the day, in small communities where let's say Tekken is not that much of a thing, competitive Tekken, you're going to need to figure out a way to be able to get real, legitimate competitive practice. And rank match, in my opinion, is the only real way to do that. See, all you have to do when you go to rank match is, see, it's very easy to access. All right, and then you select the screen. Select screen. So select your character. So for those of you who are new to competitive games, it only takes a few seconds to access the rank match, and it's very easy to find some. The matchmaking here is very good. So there is no excuse why you shouldn't play rank matches. You see, back in Tekken 7, it would take like almost an hour to find another opponent, but here it doesn't really take that long. All right, it says searching for opponent, and see, look, already connecting to an opponent, checking quality. Now,
you
of
found
course,
a match live.
This is where we teach the lesson. See how fast it was to find a rank match, and this is like the average speed, literally less than a minute. So there's no excuse why you shouldn't play rank matches, because it's going to teach you how to play under pressure, build up speed and reaction. And again, Tekken has so many characters, has like 40 to 50 characters. You're going to need to learn how to fight against all like 40 characters if you want to do well at the tournaments. You see, people from like NorCal, SoCal, or Korea, they have a big kid community. They have like 200 people who can play it competitively. And yeah, they're lucky to be able to have competitive gameplay offline. But let's face it, most communities in the world don't have that. So that's where rank match comes in, to give you that competitive practice. And sure, it may be laggy sometimes, but in Tekken 8, the lag is much better compared to Tekken 7. I played Tekken 7 for literally years, and I can tell you that, I can tell you that the online lag in Tekken 7 was much worse than Tekken 8. So it may not be perfect in Tekken 8, but it will still give you that experience. Again, learn to play under pressure.
Yeah. In fact, it's one of the things we've talked about before. Is one of the main reasons to play online and play with people is to get experience. Is just like actual sports, really, to that extent. Uh, you need to do your practice, get the concepts and fundamentals of things down, but you need to be able to actually execute when game day comes. So at some point, you need to get out on the field and try to apply that experience uh, in the heat of battle, pretty much.
And the question though is someone like some people might be saying, oh, what's a frame data? So sometimes I got to remember that not everybody plays competitively and may not know what frame data are. Well, frame data is basically kind of like a movie shot. It's how long a move takes to land. For example, this is lost 10 frame move. This is 10 frames, right? Takes 10 frames to land it. So if let's say law. So in fact, let's go back to the punishment mini game here. Make it easier to explain. See, look, when Law lands that, he's now minus 12 frames. That means it's going to take him 12 frames to recover. That means if I land a string, right? If I land a string or what we call a mini combo to state it casually. Do you see where it says punish? Pay attention to that box again. See where it says the punish is highlighted? Look, see? That means I landed the punish. It's basically guaranteed damage. And you want to make sure you take advantage of these opportunities because, a small amount of life can make a big difference at the end. See, that move took 12 frames. Now here's where the real magic comes in. If you notice when Law does this move, right? It's minus 15. That means if I land a move fast enough, if I land a 15 frame move like this one, right? Whoop, I didn't want to do that. All right, we'll go to this again. All right. All right. So see this? See what he's doing? He's minus 15. So if I do this, look, that's a punish, and look how much damage I can get. I dropped the combo, but you get my point. See? And also, the low attacks. See, it only takes 13 frames to land that attack, so that's what we call a punish. So that's for those of you who are confused. And I think I've talked enough about this. I don't want to spend too much time talking about discussing this and all that. But I'm sure you get my point. Does anybody have any question in the chat? Yes, exactly. Frame is 1/60th of a second. Exactly right, Braven. That's what it is. But when it comes to Tekken gameplay here, see, frame data is how long it takes, how many frames it takes to land a certain move. It's very important to study frame data, and that's why I was actually showing earlier. After you play rank matches, what's really cool is that, as I said, your online replay is saved. So if let's say you goof up a match, or even if you win a match saying, how could I have done better? Go to my replays. Look, go to my replays. Look, figure out what you're doing. I've already shown you. I'm not going to go into this or... Let's see, which match should I screw up on? This is, so let's just take a look at this particular match I screwed up on. I'll show this, but this is an example of how you can analyze and study how did you lose this match. Like what particular moves, let's say that put you at a minus 15, aka put your opponent at minus 15, right? That basically it would take 15 frames to recover. See, look. See, I put myself at a situation. He blocked that, right? Wait. Okay. Let's see. Play. See. He landed the wrong. You can tell. You can even learn from your opponent. He landed the wrong punish attack. Notice that he landed a punish that would have taken too long to get guaranteed damage. See, and another thing, you see this particular move. Wait, what am I doing wrong here? Okay, let's find out how is that wrong. In fact, I'll go to practice mode. I won't explain it, but you see that particular move, it can be ducked, right? And I can get launched. There's this. It's also, it's not just, you can punish someone not just because of being hit, but because an attack misses. And I'll just show you an example. By the way, if my language is getting a little too complicated, yeah, fighting games are math. But see, I'm getting a little too complicated. We see, it's not just frames, but it's also what we call whiff. All right. So, all right, I'll have him do this. Well, see that move can be ducked. See what I did there? I got a launch, and I could land a nasty combo too. So you got to be careful. That's why it's important to check these. Not only play ranked matches, and I'm going to be a hypocrite saying this. I don't check the ranked matches that often, but it's very important to check what you're goofing up on. You may be goofing up and not even realizing it. If you're playing against like intermediate level players who are not punishing like certain moves, then you may not realize you're goofing up. So it's important to know, to watch ranked matches and saying, oh wait, I'm doing that. I can get punished. I gotta figure out what I'm doing, so I don't screw up. So I don't, like, if I go against a better player, how do I keep myself from getting in trouble? Or if, let's say, I'm not punishing a move, how do I fix that? And also, just to clarify, whiff basically means if your opponent misses in the, if your opponent like misses you in the air. I'll just use this as an example.
Ooh, that
See,
is a good punish.
that was. Yeah, see, he missed me, and I ended up getting him like that.
Oh, well, he sounded kind of far away there.
Yeah. And certain characters have like distance moves, like you want to use a move from long distance to try to get your opponent if you're doing it fast enough. See, I did that fast enough. So again, that's the thing. That's the thing about. So to summarize what I'm saying, the three things when it comes to Tekken practice: practice your moves, figure out your character, play rank matches, and then watch the online rank match replays and figure out what you're doing wrong. And again, practice mode, you go to the punishment training, or you set your AI opponent up to do certain moves, saying, okay, which move is punishable, which move can be sidestepped. And again, sidestepping is a complicated thing. Certain moves can be sidestepped, certain moves cannot. And again, you just have to figure that out. One of the universal methods of sidestepping.
Dave, you sound far away again.
Yeah, I'm far away again.
Or it sounded like it for a second.
Okay. All right, let me fix that.
There we go. You sound better now.
All right.
Sorry, go ahead.
By the way, does anybody have any questions so far about what I'm doing? I know Tekken's a complicated game. I'm trying my best to simplify the language and all that. So does anybody have any questions about anything?
Tekken is very complicated, but the main point, at least from here, is remembering how important it is to use the in-game training mode and the resources to learn, not just learn what you need to about your character, but to understand what's happening. When if you play a match and something happens, and I think this is actually something that a lot of people forget to do, is lab it out. Most modern fighting games actually make it really easy at this point to test something and even replicate situations. So like here, even with me being in training mode right now, I could set the CPU to law and just record and do some of the things that some of the strings that he was doing. And actually, they're built into the game anyway. Like you said, the punishment training. But even if this wasn't here, you could set the CPU to do whatever the things are that you've seen or experienced, and then try stuff out. Try to understand. Was that move a mid? Was that move a high? Can I duck it? Can I punish it? If I can't do any of these things, is there anything that I can do? So yeah, I think it's a really good tip. Remember to use the training mode uh, to practice and understand things that are happening. So yeah, it makes
So
sense.
again, like, and another and I just want to say, so again, like, I'm gonna like just completely simplify my explanation. Practice mode, study your character, find which character you think is the best that suits you. Then when you find a character that suits you, go to, very simple, go to rank matches. Play rank matches, help you build competitive experience, help you play under pressure. That's what rank match helps you do. And then you go to your online replay, study your rank match, study how you screwed up and how you can do better next time. That's like I think the most simplified version of my explanation. And again, I'm saying this to everybody who knows nothing about fighting games. What I was saying to I was talking to the people who knew some things about fighting games before, but this is completely for people who know nothing about video games. That's like the best way to explain it. So another thing, Ronald, did you have like any other questions about the first question or anything?
No. Sounds like you at least outlined the main things that you do when you are learning and improving in the game.
All right. So what was the second question you had?
Well, because first was the learning process, which you pretty much outlined that once you have an understanding of your character and it seems like actually you are, uh, again, people have varying learning styles, which is understandable, but it seems like you lean more into the side of gaining experience and then learning and understanding from that experience. Of getting into matches, uh, encountering situations and characters and whatnot, and then going into training mode to lab out and understand those things. So it sounds like that's one of the main pivotal parts of your process, right?
Exactly. Again, like experience, experience, experience. It's like, to me, it's like driving. It's like you can study the manual all you want, study how to drive, but the only way to actually learn how to drive is actually be behind the wheel. There's no other way you're going to be able to learn and improve on all that. You have to like get the actual experience. And again, rank match is how you do it. And you also, if you mess up, like in driving, let's say you make a mistake, you got to study. What did I do? What did I do wrong? How do I improve next time? And again, online replays.
Yeah.
That's how you do that. And then you go into practice mode and study more, and then you play rank matches. But again, rank match is, I'm going to be honest. I don't think I've said this particular thing. When it comes to rank matches, if you really want to improve to like a real competitive level, you're going to have to lose a lot. You're going to have to lose a lot of rank matches before you can get better. Like, losing a rank match is not like, it's not the end of the world. It's a learning experience. It's teaching you how to get better. And I know it's going to be very frustrating. There's no doubt about it. Playing those online rank matches, it can be super frustrating, but it will help you learn. And that's why you need to play. I've literally played, like, I'm not joking. I've been playing Tekken 7 competitively since like 2017. For years, if you count Tekken 8, I played a total of 17,000 ranked matches. I'm not exaggerating that number.
Dang.
So that's how I've gotten to the level where I am at now. So learning process is also divided into several ranks. There are 4 ranks that I established. There's one called beginner ranks, the Tower of Beginner ranks. Then there's a bridge to the Tower of Intermediate ranks, the bridge to the Tower of Advanced level ranks, and then the bridge to the Tower of Champion level ranks. So the Tower of beginner level players, those are people who literally know nothing about Tekken, don't really know what's going on. That's where you start out in. And then you learn the mechanics, and you cross the bridge to the Intermediate Tower. The people of the Intermediate Tower are people who have some knowledge of Tekken, but not a whole lot of knowledge of Tekken. What they do is they may know how to punish certain moves. They may know how to evade like certain attacks and all that, how to keep themselves from getting caught in trouble, but their speed and reaction is not quite there yet. They may still get caught in certain moves that are that should be easy to avoid, but instead they get caught in it. And then there's the bridge to the advanced tower. The advanced tower, though, Once you cross the bridge to the advanced level tower, those are people who know the mechanics very well. They know how to like duck a lot of, I should say, a lot of moves, duck, avoid, dodge, and block, punish a lot of moves, and how to deal with good opponents. But their speed and reaction is not that high yet. It's not as high where they can go against like a champion level player, and I'll actually get to that. Then there's a bridge what we call the champion level player. Those are players like JDCR, me, basically the
Professionals.
international champions of like the entire world. You see, if you want to get there, you got to build up speed and reaction. So again, beginner level. If you're a beginner level player, go to practice mode, study the character, pick what you like, and then go to rank match to put yourself into intermediate level. And then again, building that experience helps you build speed and reaction learning. It's going to help you go from beginner to intermediate to advanced and champion. And is it a long road? Absolutely. It's going to be a long road. It takes a while to get to master fighting games. And like, I'm going to be honest, I don't think I've mastered Tekken yet. I mean, I would say that I'm like maybe have barely exited the advanced tower right now. I'm nowhere near a champion level player. I would say I'm like an advanced level player, because I've gotten like so much experience, but I still got a long way to go if I want to become one of the best nationally. So again, those are like the four main ranks that I developed myself. Does anybody have any questions? Does it make sense? Does anybody have any questions? I can try to simplify my answer again if anyone's confused. All you have to do is ask me to simplify my explanation. I'll do that.
Yeah, whether you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, be sure to put any questions or even critiques you may have. Let us know. But no, yeah, I definitely
And
get
one
what
of
you
the
mean.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. So also, I noticed your one of the things though when it comes to learning process is that it's very easy to. There is a such thing as over practice in Tekken. It's actually very easy to overthink things. Because as you've experienced at the beginning of this stream, like this game can be very complicated. So sometimes if you learn a lot, it may take time for you to like adjust and digest everything that you learn. So sometimes if you bite off more than you can chew, things can go down in flames quickly. So sometimes it's okay to leave it alone for a moment, take a week break, and then get back into it. That's, in fact, I've done that before. Sometimes if I goof up a lot of ranked matches in a row, like online, ranked matches to translate is basically practice tournament matches. That's to translate to people who don't know about the game. The point is that sometimes I take a break from practicing, and and there's nothing wrong with doing that. In fact, it actually helps you. I've taken a break, and when I come back a week later, I was surprised at how much I actually learned. How it's because a calm mind a cool head is what's important. And if you overthink things, you lose your cool. When you take a break, you come back, you're suddenly calm again, you know what you're doing. And you also process everything that you've already learned. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So taking a break is actually one of the best ways, best learning process. It's just simply not doing anything. Don't practice. Because when it comes to competitive fighting games, there is a such thing as too much practice. And
burnout is a thing.
Yes. Another thing I would like to say is that also, Ronald, if you'd like to share my screen again, there's actually something important I'd like to show. Is that if it ain't, I believe in the term, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. So I'm gonna head to practice mode again. I'm just gonna show you, like, this is what we call, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. There are three methods I like to use. There's the red light, green, the red light, yellow light, green light strategy, and I'm gonna explain this once it starts. So for example, an example of something that's punishable is, I'm gonna have Law do this.
Rage quit. No, yeah, rage Q is definitely a real mood. You don't want to just keep hopping straight in to things. Remember, as my homie Ghost of Trinity likes to say, drink some water. Whether it's tournament, online, whatever, whenever you're playing a set, you don't need to just hop straight in and keep playing over and over. You can take a breather.
All right. So if you notice that this is you press down back 4, and again that's down back circle on the PlayStation controller. So See, I'm blocking that, and you can block and launch. So yeah, against like really good players, that particular move is probably going to screw you over. And look how much life you can lose. I keep dropping the combo. Well, the point is that you may not be. So if you notice, you lost almost half of your life doing that, right? So that's what we call the red light. If your opponent is blocking that move and launch punishing it, yeah, avoid that move. Only try it once in a while because you can potentially lose like half your life. It's no joke. But the thing though is that look how much damage you can get if your opponent doesn't block it. Look, 38 points of damage. Do that again, you double that. You see, if you play against a player, right? Let's just say this computer player. Let's just say he's an opponent, and he's not doing anything about this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep doing it. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. I'm going to keep doing this move or doing this move. If he doesn't block it, if he doesn't, punch it, especially if he doesn't block it, just keep doing the same move over and over again. Don't listen to people. So I know I'm fully aware that you're gonna like if you do that move, you're gonna get some hate messages. You're gonna get some like hate comments from people saying, "Oh, you're horrible at this game. You're on a cheap move." Well, you know what I say to those people? Do something about the cheap move. Listen, if you don't do something like this is a legal and legit move. If you don't do anything about it, that's on you. So I'm saying to people who are using this move, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Don't change your strategy unless the opponent forces you to change your strategy. Only change your strategy if you need to. Only use more advanced mechanics if you need to. You get what I'm saying? Because if you start overthinking things, if let's say you're saying, now I want to get a little fancier, I'm relying on one move, don't do that because then you'll start to overthink things and then you might actually mess up. Because again, a cool head is what's needed. You need to remain calm, go with the rhythm, and again, if the rhythm works, keep doing it. Don't listen to what people say. As I said, this is why I call it the green light strategy. If your opponent doesn't do anything about this, what we call cheat move, keep doing it. Now, if let's say your opponent is blocking it 50-50, then we go to what we call the L light. Do it, here and there. Do it like maybe do it like twice around, twice or three times, but don't like do it all the time. Then of course we have the red light, which I was saying earlier. Red light is let's say your opponent punishes it. Oh, sorry, I goofed up a little bit. Hold on. All right.
No worries. I was trying to get chat on the screen. I don't know why it disappeared.
So again, if your opponent blocks it, I'm not going to show the whole combo. But if your opponent blocks it though, keeps blocking him and launch punishing it, red light, don't use it at all. Again, only change your strategy if you really need to. Okay. So that's a big thing, and a lot of people do that. Um, a lot of people, you'd be surprised. A lot of people they start doing so well, and then they try to get a little fancy, and then they end up messing up. Another thing, like when it comes to learning process, is that you also don't want to dwell on like the combo you drop. For those of you who don't know, dropping a combo means so I'll show you what a combo is. So combo is basically when you get your opponent in the air and then land some moves again like that, and to get a good amount of damage. Look at 62 points of damage. Tekken has like I believe 180 points of life total. So 62 points of damage, that's already going to be a lot of life lost. But again, if let's say I do this though, if I get a combo and I go, oh, whoop, I dropped it. Don't worry about it. Move on. Listen, screw ups happen all the time. If you goof up on something, move on. Don't dwell on it. Like if let's say you miss an opportunity to land some damage on someone, or if you miss an opportunity to sidestep something, or like step to the side, if you miss your opportunity to sidestep something, or to back up, all right? Or if let's say you get caught like in a combo, don't dwell on it. Only focus on the here and now. Focus on the here and now and how you can still win the game. Because if you dwell on the past, in fact, I'm going to compare it to football. It's like if let's say you're a football player, right? And if you drop an easy pass, if you dwell on that, you're gonna get five more incomplete passes. It's the exact same thing in Tekken. Is that if you dwell on something like a drop combo, you're gonna screw up. I'm telling you. And I'm gonna be a hypocrite saying this. I've done this before. Used to do this all the time, and to a degree, I still do this sometimes. Sometimes I panic a little bit because I mess up something, and then the next thing I know, I screw up the entire game because I lose my cool. I start overthinking of what happened. No, you have to think about what, you know, like what you can do to win the game.
Yeah, that
Would be
doesn't
good.
make you a hypocrite either, because that is it's a mentality thing that's just an objectively good, important thing to be mindful of. Like nobody's perfect. Obviously, you're not gonna make the perfect decisions 100% of the time, but you want to try to have as strong of a mentality you can, as much as you can. Oh snap! Howdy! Thank you for the bit. How's it
So
going? But yeah, no, excellent tip there.
thank you. So so let's see.
Thank you for stopping by,
I've
Serge.
okay. Yeah, thank you for the support. Anyways, let's see, where was I? Yes. So like, and again, like, it's okay to screw up. Listen, screwing up something, even screwing up a combo or a match, screwing up something is is a learning experience. It's how you learn. You want to learn from it so you can improve for next time. Don't dwell on it. Screwing up something does not mean, like, it's not means the end of the world. It means you learn from it and you move on and you figure out how to improve next time. That's what, like, these fighting games are about. That's how you improve. It's by learning from your mistakes. You remember that old term, failure is the best teacher. And that especially applies to fighting games. All right. So let's see.
Yeah.
So another thing is that later in a little bit, I am going to be dropping guides. Again, I would explain, like, there are so many other things to explain. Like, I've only explained like maybe one quarter of the things, like when it comes to mechanics and all that. But again, like, this stream can only last for so long, and I won't be able to explain like everything like clearly at a time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop some YouTube channels that provide very good guide videos on how to, like, build up your skill in Tekken. But one particular thing I didn't really talk about was sidestepping. You see, the two things I really want to talk about are sidestepping and make sure you don't get caught in the wall. How you sidestep out of the wall. So, for example, if you're let's say your opponent is I could probably change that in practice mode, but that'll take too long. So I'll just, like, look, you're caught in the wall, right? So you want to make sure you sidestep and get out of the wall, because if you get caught in the wall like this, I'll show you what can happen. Look how much life you can lose. So you definitely want to make sure you don't get caught in the corner. I'm sure that's like with every other fighting game.
Yeah,
But
that's a
again,
fighting game
Tekken is
constant
no
is
different.
don't let yourself
Yeah,
get cornered.
yeah, because it's very bad. And another thing, if your opponent tries to sidestep, so I'm gonna get my opponent to the wall. All right. So so again, see, no, sidestep with the opponent. If your opponent tries to get out of the wall, sidestep with the opponent. Keep your opponent trapped in the corner. See, this is a simple way to learn about sidestep. Sidestep to get out of the wall, but if, let's say, your opponent tries to sidestep again. Try not to let him get out. Try not to let him get out of the corner. Then you can land another good combo here. Look how much damage you can get. That's another thing. Oh, another thing I've also forgot to talk about was the heat system. Again, this is new in Tekken 8. But one of the things you want to do is a heat system. There's a default button for that. I'm not going to really explain how to activate that. Okay, I'll get the other law to stop doing that. So heat system, it basically gives you like an enhanced moves and all that, but it only happens for a short time. And again, once the meter runs out, it's gone for the round. It resets when the next round starts, but you want to use it wisely. And again, heat system, you can enhance combos. I'm trying to cover like everything like about Tekken, every important thing about Tekken 8. Let's see, that's an example. See how much damage I got? And another thing is heat system can also, like, see, that was with heat system, but what about, see, that put you in heat system and didn't give you the combo. If I do it again, there we go. So in fact, I'm going to show you the difference. That was a little complicated. I'm going to show you. I'm going to. I'm going to actually put myself at no heat right now. So again, if let's say I don't have the heat bar, see, look how much damage, look how little damage that is. So then I'm going to activate heat. Why is, hold on, my opponent's being weird. Hold on. See the difference there? See the difference in damage? Another thing about the nunchuck is that the heat system, here's a really real killer difference. See, 55 points of damage. That's an example of how to make use of one of the new mechanics in Tekken 8. See, that's 55 points of damage if you have heat system intact. Look, 55 points. Now, what happens if you don't have heat? I'm gonna turn off. I'm gonna say. That's only 20 points of damage. See the big difference? That nunchuck move. Sorry if that was a little bad explanation about this move. It's a little bit more complicated than I previously thought. But this is a much better example. Look, just the simple nunchuck move, right? That's 20 points of damage. But if you activate heat, if you catch your opponent with this, see the big difference? Or if you're near a wall, see? So that's why it's important to know when to use heat and all that. Now, one of the things you can do with heat, though, is if you press the heat button again, if you catch your opponent, you can get this kind of damage. But what you don't want to do, though, one thing, even to beginner players, never ever do this. Never use heat directly in a combo, like press the heat button again. Because look how much the damage gets nerfed. It's what we call scaling. See the big difference? Look, 58 points of damage right there. Compared to like the 40-something damage I got. That's a huge difference. See, that was me doing a simple combo instead of just using the heat system again. And of course, then last but not least, there's this thing called the rage art. What we have is you want to make sure you don't do it raw. Let me get both of us into rage just to access that. So all right. All right, see, it's minus 15. You have to be careful when you do a raw rage art because you can get caught in a nasty combo. And I'm not going to show that. I've already shown that a lot of times. But again, if I get caught in it, though, if let's say I'm attacking while someone has access to the rage, and also when you lose about when you only have I believe 30% of your life left, 30 to 25% of your life left, then you have access to what we call the heat system, not the heat system, the rage. You see, and if I get caught in it though, it can be good damage. But again, if I block it though and I punish it, then it can backfire. See what I'm. And what you could also do is I'm going to get my opponent to stop doing that. So, what I could also do though, I could land that in a combo. It's very good to activate the rage while you're in a combo, and there is a standard rage button if you want to set it in a controller. See how much damage that was. So my point about this is that when you study Tekken, you have to study some of the newer mechanics because they can really help you. I know a lot of people complain about these mechanics, but let's be real. They exist in the game. I mean, this is not Tekken 5 anymore. This is Tekken 8, and these new mechanics exist. And if you don't know how to use them, I mean, that's going to be that's going to be wasted potential. So it is important to study the new mechanics. Study all the mechanics. Don't just rely on certain moves from past games. By the way, do anyone need me to simplify my explanation?
No, that's another important point that I think some people need to learn to embrace if they do actually want to learn the game. Actually, honestly, I'm glad you mentioned it, because that applies to learning any game. Uh, Especially if it's a legacy series like your Tekken, like your Street Fighter, like your KOF, like your Virtual Fighter. Whenever it's a long ongoing series, if you're trying to hop into the new game, you can't always expect things to be exactly the same. And again, it depends on what your goals are with the game. But if you want to actually learn the game and improve in the game, like you said, utilize the mechanics. Don't let these things that are handed to you go unused, whether or not you like them. The tools are there. Make sure you make use of them. So yeah, well said.
Thank you.
And so if we were to recap the tips that you've had so far, well, with your learning process, and then the tips, because with your learning process, like we said, you're definitely an advocate for making sure people remember to get into matches and get that experience, so that way you can come back and use the in-game training materials and like resources to study the game, understand the game, uh, particularly with frame data, especially. Uh, and like I said before, modern fighting games make it easier and easier to like learn and understand things, which is a very good thing actually. Uh, and then with the tips that you've shared so far, um, as you are doing this process of learning, don't be afraid to make mistakes. And there, when you're learning fighting games, it's one of the many things you have to be able to come to terms with is being okay with mistakes and losses. No one's, well, I should say, most people don't get into things and master things instantly and perfectly. They're Fighting games are hard, and it's a process. So you want to take it one step at a time, but don't be afraid of that process. Uh, Learn from those mistakes that you make, and make sure you understand things too. Uh, and specifically with the gameplay, you did point out some of the little things, like you said, using the system mechanics, but also more fundamental things like positioning, not letting yourself get cornered, and not letting your opponent escape from the corner either. So I'm glad you demonstrated those things so far.
Thank you. And another thing, like, I wanted to quickly summarize, like, again, remember, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. That's like, another big thing is don't try to get fancy unless you have to get fancy. Change your strategy if you really need to.
Yeah, that was another good point.
And like, Ronald already said this, but I just want to quickly say the most important thing: a cool head is the most important thing about a fighting game. Because I'm guaranteeing you, if you dwell on your screw ups or overthink things in a fighting game, you know you're gonna screw up. It doesn't matter how good you are. I'm guaranteeing you. I've seen like really, really advanced players, even like a champion level players. They goof up because they lose their cool. A cool head is like the most critical thing you're ever gonna need when you play games competitively.
Yep, like we said too, that applies to, well, actually, the main comparison, of course, that we usually make is that that applies to physical sports as well. But actually, honestly, that applies to anything in life that you're learning. Uh, when you're in a learning process, you can't dwell on your mistakes. Like, don't ignore them. Like, learn from your mistakes, but don't let it bog you down negatively and make you afraid to continue the learning process. Or even in the middle of doing something, be it a match. Actually, a match especially, because like you said, even the most hard boiled of players, sometimes you can actually legit see on someone's face when something bad happens, and then things kind of snowball from there because their mentality went downhill. So it's another important thing to keep in mind and do your best to do. Again, people have different learning styles. Nobody's perfect, but it's a process. So just keep trying it one step at a time. But Let's see. Did you have any other particular tips before you share the recommended learning resources?
So
Oh,
so again,
actually,
like there are
perfect
like
timing. Sorry, Braven actually listed some
oh,
really good ones.
what happened here? Oh, I need to check the Twitch chat again.
No worries.
What did Braven do? Oh,
No, yeah,
okay.
he pointed out a great point that I mean we're all probably gonna bring up regardless. Like PaprcutRadiation showed, this game has in-game frame data, but not everyone is always sitting in training mode and can look at it or test every single thing. So remember, it's 2024. Go online to Dust Loop, to the wikis. Yeah, it's typically Dust Loop for the legacy fighters like Street Fighter, Tekken, older games. And then Mizumi is like the wiki site for like anime games or like more obscure stuff like Samurai Showdown. The point is, for almost any game that's like exists at this point, there are resources out there somewhere to look up frame data, to look up guides, to look up system mechanics, to look up uh, the nitty gritty of everything you need to learn about your game.
Well, there was one last quick thing I wanted to discuss. The analogy I say is like I'm going to compare this to football. Do you want to throw a 5 yard pass and guarantee yourself a 5 yard gain, or do you want to risk the 15-yard pass and and risk dropping the ball? In fact, I'm going to go to the stage selection because what I want to show is that it's easier to demonstrate this on a bigger stage. So I'm going to go to this one. So what I want to show is that sometimes if you're not familiar with the combos yet, use something simplified. It's okay to use something simplified because at least you'll still get the combo. You see, this is like the advanced combo, right? See, I was able to land it, right? I got 71 points of damage, but let's say I goof up here. Like I goofed up before. Oops, I goofed up. Now only 45 points of damage. So sometimes it's okay to use something simplified. See, look, 60 points of damage. It's better than goofing it up. When you get comfortable, and maybe switch to the backflips. Let's hope my muscle memory from Tekken 7. Oh, that was muscle memory from Tekken 7. So, my point is that sometimes it's okay to use something. See, I'm still chopping it. See, I used a optimal, but sometimes it's okay to use a simpler combo. See, 50 points, but still better than dropping it. You know what I mean? Use the more simplified combos, right? See, even that, 55 points of damage. It's better than doing this. Oops. No. See what I mean? You want to make sure you don't practice the advanced combos until you feel like you're ready to do that. Does that make sense?
In the words of Lord Knight, the best combo is the one that you can land consistently, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing,
Exactly.
but
You want to make sure you're
applies.
consistent with that. And again, you want it because as Ron and I were both discussing, fighting games, they take literally a very long time to master. It takes like literally years to master. So you can't just rush it. You have to take your time. And sometimes using simplified mechanics is a good way, or simplified combos. That's a good way to tackle it. All right. So that was the last thing I wanted to say. Another thing I wanted to say about the red light, like I will admit that's sometimes I still have bad habits, and and again, when it comes to bad habits, everyone has their flaws. Like I still have bad habits. Sometimes I panic and do a punishable move because I lose my cool. Again, we were just talking about a cool head. You got to keep a cool head, otherwise you lose. Otherwise you goof up and you lose your knowledge. Well, we were talking about the red light, the red light. Again, use more advanced moves. We use what we call the plus frame data. Should I give a demonstration of what a plus frame looks like, or should we just move on? Because I could explain it, but I'm just wondering if that might be, if we have time.
Oh, well, I thought we did basically show it already because we showed the frame data
Yeah,
in that
yeah, we
concept.
did. And I
Minus,
did briefly
you
explain
showed
it, but I didn't
minus,
really.
but yeah, plus
Yeah, we
is
showed
the
minus.
opposite.
So I'll just quickly show like what plus looks like again. I'm gonna in fact get my opponent to block with standing block. Look, see, plus on block. Look, +3. So let's do math, right? Braven earlier was saying, Braven and Ronald, both of them were saying that this is math. Look, +3. See, that means that if I do, let's say, a move like this, see, this is 15 frames. But if I do this off of a +3, it's only 12 frames. That means your opponent won't be able to react to it as fast. Or if, let's say, you want to get a little bit damage and mess with your opponent's mind, right? Your opponent blocks is +3, and then if you do this, right? That's 12 frames. But look, it becomes 9 frames now. 12 minus 3, right? Your opponent takes 3 frames to recover. That means if you do a 12-frame move, it will essentially only be a 9-frame move because your opponent, remember, has 3 less frames to react to that because he's recovering. Does that make sense? He's recovering from the move.
Hopefully
Anyone want me to simplify that explanation?
Yep. Once again, let us know if you have any questions.
See, that's just another example of like how to use plus frames to your advantage. Again, this is very complicated, and it's going to take a long time to explain how to use these in details. But again, like another example, if let's say I catch my opponent's like toes, that's down back 3. See, +3, another advantage. And now, what would put me at a huge advantage though would be this. Look at that, +7, the flying kick, +7. Now, if I do this move, 15 frame move, right? This move, it's going to be my opponent's going to have a lot less time to react to it. See how you mess with your opponent's mind? You put you make your opponent recover from a block that may shake your opponent, you shake the computer up. I'm trying to use the simplified language. You basically shake your opponent up. You quote unquote stun your opponent for a brief moment, right?
Hesitation.
Yeah, hesitation, exactly. You make your opponent hesitate. And then you land another move like this. See, 17 frames, but again, 15 minus 7, that's 10. So your opponent only has 10 frames. So in other words, your opponent has to react very quickly. And not everybody has like the speed and reaction to be able to block that.
Reacting in 10 frames is literally impossible.
Yeah. So, and that way you can get some damage. And then your opponent's saying, oh no, what happens? What happens? And sometimes your opponent was what we call mash buttons. Your opponent tries to attack you while press a button, basically lets their guard down while recovering. You see, once you attack, you basically don't have any defense. That's how Tekken works, right? So this key charge, by the way, sets up a counter. So any like move reacts to the counter. So if let's say my opponent then does something, and I end up making the opponent hesitate there again, or hesitate / stun. Look, 13 frames. So that puts me at a huge advantage, and then I can just do this again. And this is, I'm not going to really, I don't think I have to go into details, but I'm sure you can see, this is how you can really get into your opponent's head. And I'm like, right now I've been talking about how to really go from intermediate to advanced. This is the kind of stuff you're going to have to do consistently. And even I'm going to be honest, I'm not really consistent with this kind of these kind of mechanics yet. But this is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to be more consistent, and instead of relying on on the easy to read moves, you're going to have to rely on those other advanced mechanics I was showing you. How to use the frame data to help you improve. That's what you're going to need to start doing. And not only that, you're going to have to be fast and do it consistently and develop a lot of muscle memory doing that. You see, but I showed you what you can do, how you can land so many little hits, get stun your opponent or hesitate your opponent, and then get hits, essentially almost free hits, free damage because of that. And sure, it may be little damage, but think about it this way: if you drop one penny in a bucket, that's not going to mean anything, right? But what if you slowly drop 20 pennies in? That's going to make a huge difference. You're going to see a huge difference. The same thing. It's like dropping 1 penny, then 2 pennies, and 3 pennies. Next thing you know, your opponent doesn't have any more life. Like pennies or quarters. Does it make sense? Does my explanation make sense? Everyone, listen. If I don't see any questions, I'm assuming you're going to know what I'm talking about. I always say, if you have trouble understanding what I'm saying, just ask me, okay? I'm here to help. I'm here to answer questions. But if nobody asks questions, I'm going to assume that means you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, just like in class, never be afraid to ask questions. And that's another general concept that's good to understand too. Is uh, not everything revolves around big explosive uh, damage or doing bombastic things. Sometimes that's the little interactions that add up over and over. Uh, and it's that goes into another concept of what we call layers. When there are multiple aspects of a situation that you have to look out for, like we had said, no human is perfect. No one's gonna react to everything 100% of the time. And sometimes there are things that it's literally impossible for the human brain to process and react to. So there will be multiple layers of things you have to look out for. It's like, well, I mean, some people hate the comparison of fighting games to chess. Some people hate it being boiled down to rock paper scissors. But just if it helps you understand the concept, it's like constant rock paper scissors over and over again. And like we had said, those multiple guesses can add up, and next thing you know, you're one hit away from losing. Howdy, EOL.
I'm just trying to. Oh, hello EOL. I can't see the Twitch chat that well right now. But I heard you was here, so hello. Thank you for the support. Now, so I'm seeing it. I'm getting ready to drop the link of the resources, but I'm experiencing ads on my phone. So just while I finish the ads,
my bad. Yeah,
I just want to say, like, Ronald is absolutely right. By the end of the day, Tekken has Tekken 7. I'm not lying. Tekken 7 has had literally over 50 characters. 5 characters in the game, and each character had so many moves. It's almost impossible to memorize everything at once. At the end of the day, we're human. We're not AI. Okay, we can't memorize every move. So again, just study the important things. Again, an example, a particular detail I didn't state in the rank matches. The reason why it's important to get experience is you want to know what kind of moves people commonly use. You want to be able to memorize the most important moves from each character. And the way to develop that muscle memory is, again, by experience.
Experience.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, feel free to put the links in the chat of the resources you recommend. David?
what was that?
Oh,
I
no worries. I said.
Sorry, the headphones went nuts on me for a moment. Can you say that one more time, please?
Yeah, I said go ahead and put the resources in the chat that you recommend for people getting into the game.
Okay. This is this particular link. Can you click on the hyperlink? I just posted it.
Oh wait, the chat.
What the heck? Why
Sorry,
wait.
hang on a sec. No, I think.
Want me to do it again?
No, wait, hang on. Actually, wait. That's weird. Yeah, I turned the links thing off. Go ahead and send it to me. Well, I think one of the mod bots is going nuts again.
One of the robots is going nuts. All right.
Yeah, or the mod settings. But yeah, go ahead and just send it to me, and I'll put it in there. Sorry about that. I could have sworn I turned it off. But you can go ahead and talk about it, and then I'll post it for you.
All right. So let's see.
And then the next one you could try to post it now. I reset the settings again.
All right. I sent it to you directly. Let me try again. Hope the bots don't screw us over this time. Bad side of working with AI, you know what I mean?
Well, sometimes you gotta be safe than sorry when it comes to the settings, but...
Okay. So this guy, what this guy does is, in fact, I can type in the chat. this person gives good, quick, but useful guides for certain characters. He's very thorough with his explanations, very straightforward. And then two other resources, I would say secondary resources. This is like the main resource though, if you're like into Tekken. And again, I especially recommend take a look at his YouTube playlist.
Oh, you're typing out for Twitch also.
All right. So, by the way, am I sounding okay? I know I haven't asked in a minute, but am I still sounding okay? I have the headphones on and all that.
I mean, I can hear you. But again, everyone watching, please be sure to always let us know whether or not the audio gets a little funky or anything. And if you're on YouTube, please sure to let us know, even if it's not live for you. Leave a comment. Let us know, please. I appreciate it.
All right. Okay, let's see. Are they the second? All right. Second channel I'm going to recommend is the Main Man Sui. I've actually been watching this channel since 2014. He's a little silly sometimes, but you know he's a good sport, and he also provides great guide videos for Tekken. So that's the second channel I'm going to drop. The Main Man Sui. I actually did meet this guy once at EVO 2019. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so if you go to playlist, Ron, I know you have playlist. So go to playlist and just
Yep.
I was talking about the other guy. Maybe actually his playlists are good too, but especially
Tekken character guys.
Yeah, the character guys. If you go to the previous channel.
Yeah.
What's
So if you go to Mekan, and then if you go to you see Tekken 8 all-in-one guide. That's like literally one of the best guides you're gonna find. If you click on Tekken all-in-one guides, they're like 20 videos, like 20 characters that teaches you how to master.
Oh, snap.
And this is one of the best resources you're gonna find. In my opinion, it's arguably like the best resource.
Nice.
It's very simple. And look, the videos aren't that long, 15 minutes, but I'm telling you, you're gonna learn. You're gonna be surprised at how much you learn from these certain characters. Look, Ronald, you can even click on Lidia right there. I highly recommend you save that. Ronald, I'm serious. I highly recommend you save that Lidia video. Put that in your favorites.
Yeah,
So,
I'm gonna definitely
very
look at this.
useful
I hadn't come across this yet. Yep, breaks it down. Punishment, key moves, the stances, because Lydia is one of the most complex characters in this game. But yeah, nice. Thank you. This is definitely one of the channels
and
we
the
want to look
last,
at.
and then, yeah, and the Main Man Suite also, if you look at his playlist, he has some character guides. I'm not sure if we were able to see that, if people were able to see that fast enough. But the last person I'm going to state is King J. He's a really good sport. And he's posted some videos. Now this is kind of a sad thing though. I don't think I'm gonna post this link, but one particular resource I would have posted. He quit though during the Tekken 7 era. Actually, I won't talk about him. I'll probably post King J. So before I forget, let me post his YouTube channel. It's not coming again. Hold on. There we go. All right, there we go. So again, those are like the two secondary YouTube channels, but again, Mekan, I think that's how you say it, MW Khan, that's like the main YouTube channel I recommend.
Yeah, and if you're watching on YouTube, by the way, all these links will be in the description for you guys.
Now, oh, by the way, let me know when you're finished looking at King J. And there was like going to be one little shout out I might have given to someone. I don't know how useful this would be, but I'm not. I might just post the link anyways, because I would say if this guy did not quit, he would be like literally the best resource. But again, he quit during the Tekken 7 era, so he's not going to be much use. But I figured I could still give a shout out to him. I would say best resource.
Oh, wait, you cut out
To
there.
say the best resource. Source. I cut out.
Yes. Sorry. Repeat that again.
The best resource. And what the heck? Did I? And then I'm gonna post this in. All right. Yeah. Now this guy, his name is Legend Kicker. He's actually a big was a big help. I really helped. He helped me improve my law back in the Tekken 7 era. That's a shame. If you notice, he has just been very quiet. He literally disappeared, without releasing anything, a few years ago. So I'm not sure what happened. But he used to provide literally the most useful videos during Tekken 7. I don't know if he's ever going to come back, and it's a shame if he doesn't, because he was extremely thorough with everything. He explained like the frame data, what particular stances, how to make use of laws like advanced moves, the Dragon Tail stance, and really talk about that during the stream. But again, that's for another time, because that's a very complicated stance. That'll take an hour to explain alone. So, the point is that he used to be so useful, and if you want, you can watch him. But again, the Tekken 8 is, I'm going to say this super obvious right now, Tekken 8 is different compared to Tekken 7. So I guess this can help you, but in the modern era, it'll only get you so far. I said in the Twitch, I'll say it one more time. If this were the Tekken 7 era, this would definitely be the best resource. He was a law player. I think, correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. And again, if someone knows better, correct me. I think he was from Canada, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, either Canada or America, something like that.
Alright. Well, I imagine some of these guides,
shout out.
the fundamental things, like more basic stuff with like movement and general things when it comes to Tekken and system. I'm sure it still applies to Tekken 8, so this could still be a good channel to check out, even now.
Yes, that's a good point. I hope he comes back one of these days.
Alright, well, thank you, David. Also, I forgot whether you prefer to be called by your name or your tag, but everyone's been throwing your name around in chat every now and then. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm pretty chill about that, so no worries at all.
Alright, but I appreciate you, Papercut. But before I go into, I'm gonna kind of speed run through my talking points, and then we get our set started real quick. Did you have any other things you wanted to bring up?
I would say not at the moment. Again, I only talked about, I would say between 30 to 50% of all the mechanics in Tekken. Tekken's a very complicated game. I know I sound a little bit complicated, maybe more than a little bit complicated sometimes, but again, the game itself is complicated, and again, that's why I kept saying, let me simplify my explanation. But again, there's just there's so much to talk about. There's only a limited time to discuss it. So I just want to let you know that, if I was confusing about anything, I confused anyone. I just want to say that I really did try my best, and sorry if I confused people a little bit. But again, there's a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of complicated stuff with limited time. So I was trying to make the best of everything.
Yeah, you explain things, and again, the focus of this is more so for starting out in Tekken, and general learning processes and important tips with that. But hopefully this also gives good insight to any of you that are approaching that intermediate level and you want to go up to the next tier in terms of improving your learning and whatnot. So either way, I consider this good information.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so real quick, just to sum up, I guess you could say my approach with Tekken. Like I said, I have dabbled on and off in Tekken as a whole. Tekken 8 specifically, I haven't really taken a deep dive into it yet, but I have played every now and again with you and some of our other local homies. But for this, I wanted to at least try and go into a bit of the basics, at least, of learning Lidia. Uh, before Lydia, before I talk about Lydia specifically, basic little recap. It's similar to the Mortal Kombat video we did. For those who know me or that have seen that video, no matter what fighting game I play, I more or less have the same approach. I try to establish what I would call my baseline, which are what are the most important fundamental things to play the video game. Basically, what are the what's the simplest way you can sum up what you need to learn to be able just to function, not to be a master right away, but to start your road to being competent, because that's usually my main goal. If I'm trying to sit down and learn a game, I want to be competent. And for me, the baseline, it usually boils down to a few things. Picking your character, of course, but I'll get more into the specifics of Lydia in a bit. But once you decide your character, be it aspects of aesthetic or gameplay, y'all know what I lean towards. When it comes to establishing your baseline across any fighting game, usually what you need are the things that you need in neutral, which is basically the stuff you're doing when you and your opponent are maneuvering around the screen, trying to position yourself, see what you can land, what you can do. And so one of the most important things of the baseline is your pokes. What are the decent range things that you can use from a distance? What are your lows? What is an overhead or a mid, I guess, in this case of this game, that you may catch your opponent with every now and then. So just the really basic things. And what are the buttons you can press to keep your opponent at bay from a distance? I keep accidentally doing that because my execution so bad. But that's one of the aspects of the baseline, is your pokes. And then the other thing is understanding what your character's game plan is, which usually boils down to what their archetype is. In fact, by the way, for people that may not be entirely new to fighting games but may still be a bit in the beginner stage, there is a glossary. Sorry, I'm forgetting the exact link name. Is it infill.net? Darn, I should have had it ready. Sorry about that. But there's a fighting game glossary, which will also be in the YouTube description. But the reason I bring that up is because at this point, there are resources to learn the ins and outs of fighting game terminology, but to understand the basic archetypes that fighting game characters have. Of course, there are unique characters varying from game to game, but a lot of times you can sum up a character's game plan by their archetype. I did see a little bit of, I won't say drama, but debate and confusion about the kind of character Lydia is. Because usually when you see a character doing these different stances, you think they're supposed to be like an aggressive, rush down character that's going to be a bully and just do what they want. I found out that is not entirely the case. But that's still an important part of your baseline, is step one, finding out what are the basic things you do, fundamental things you do in neutral, which are usually pokes and how you approach. But step two is your own character's game plan of what archetype they are. Do they want to rush down? Do they want to keep people away? And then what are the tools that you use to enforce that game plan? Lydia revolves around these stances. There are these different stances which are basically indicators of what moves may or may not happen next in a string of pressure. And so in order to play this character, you need to at least understand that general concept of these stances. and why you're doing the different moves. Like we've said over and over, Tekken is a super complicated game. There's tons of different moves to like learn and try to understand, but for a baseline, you just want to get the most simplest stuff of like understanding, hey, this is cat stance, and there's a low that goes into the other stance. The basic thing like that. Don't necessarily need to know all the moves in every stance right away. Again, when it comes to learning, no matter what you're learning in anything, take it one step at a time. But hopefully that sums up my approach. Is I want to have a baseline of what are the basic things I want to be doing. Which in Tekken, there's still a lot of like basic rules that I need to learn about Tekken. But I'm trying to apply my fundamental fighting game knowledge of more general concepts of like what he brought up about frame data, of what moves are plus, what moves leave a gap where someone might want to try to take their turn, but I can hit him with a parry, or what are the different layers in these things? What are the most basic layers I want to do, which you guys might have seen earlier, which it's a string I'll be trying to apply in our matches. So that's what I mean when I say a basic game plan of not necessarily learning everything, but getting a foundation of what are some of the problems I can present to my opponent, and what are the layers that I can have to get my opponent thinking, get me thinking, and then see what happens from there. Which segues neatly into the reason I play Lidia, aside from her being a cool, attractive karate lady. I tend to unintentionally play a lot of complex characters across the games I play, but it's more so that concept that I said about layers. I do like when the characters I play have different layers of interaction, and it creates a whole strategic element where it's like we said earlier about like rock, paper, scissors sort of stuff. I have X, Y, and Z options. My opponent needs to think about their X, Y, and Z options to counteract that, and then I counteract their counteraction. And basically, I like those layers of interaction where I need to get my opponent thinking, and it's basically a race to see who else smarts who. So Lidia seems to check those boxes for me. Definitely a complex character and quite an undertaking, a heavy undertaking to try and like take on all at once. But she's definitely a character that I think I would like to learn like over time. Definitely doesn't seem like a character you learn overnight, but I think once you get a hang of enough of the layers and also have decent enough execution to do the stuff, it definitely seems pretty fun, at least for someone like me anyway. So yeah, that's why I picked Lidia, and hopefully that gives a decent summary of how I approach learning with this sort of character. And I'm down to pretty much just go ahead and start playing. Okay. And I'll try and point out the basics that I try to get the hang of as we go. So Paprcut, you want to go ahead and make a lobby and invite me to it?
I'm going to do that. It'll just take a minute.
Yeah, no worries. Actually, in fact, I could start talking a bit more about Lidia basics. In fact, by the way, again, anyone watching on Twitch or YouTube, if you have any particular Lidia critique, please be sure to let me know. There were a couple of videos and channels that I came across in trying to get the basics of Lidia. Again, it's kind of character design where it is a lot to it feels like a lot to digest at first, but I think there are small basic building blocks that you can kind of pick apart from those things. For example, there's a video by Wildo called How to Play Lidia in Under 4 Minutes. It is a very condensed info dump, but the wonders of technology do allow you to pause and rewatch things. But I think it does do a decent job of going into the general things that you want to do with Lidia. Some of the important strings. Well, I'm going to use Tekken notation, if that's okay. Like 1, 2, 2. Pretty basic. Well, that's not only her quick punish confirm, but also it's one of the strings that goes directly into cat stance, and you can start layers from that. That's one. I guess I'm coaching Papercut ahead of time of one of the things I'm going to be going for. You'll see me use that string and try to get a feel for what his retaliation will be, and that also is another big part of why I like, or why I tend to inevitably gravitate towards more complex characters, is creating those layers of interaction and strategy of I'm doing something and I'm literally looking and seeing what my opponent wants to do in response, and then adapting from there and changing what I do, and then seeing if they change what they do, and it's a back and forth. Again, that's why some people don't like the comparison of fighting games to chess, but there is some truth to that, of the ebb and flow of strategy and game plan. And I'm telling you guys now, I'm not going to be able to implement that well, but I am going to do my best here.
All right, Ronald, I'm about to send you the invite.
Yeah, cool.
Did you get it?
Yep. But we're gonna play. We're gonna play a quick 1st to 5 here. Hopefully, Papercut gets player 1 side.
Hold on, Ron. I'm gonna switch the mic to the controller really real quick.
Alrighty.
It'll just take a moment, okay?
Oh, wait, how do I unready? Oh, never mind. Well, it stopped.
All right.
All right, can you hear me now? I just switched the controller, so.
Yep.
All right, let's do this. Do you want me to go with Kazuya or Law? Which one do you want me to go with?
Play whoever you want.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, yeah. Play who you want, because I don't know, when it comes to other characters, what is on par with your Law, but I'll leave it up to you, man.
Okay.
Get ready for the next battle.
Sick. Oh, I ducked. Dang it. That a little low. Dang it. I ducked again. Wait, is that a 1 throw or a 2?
It's 1 or a 2 break.
Oh, that one. That's tough. We're punishing. Let's go. Wait. Oh, where's my armor? What? Ooh. Oh, dang it. I don't think my macros are set. Oh, no. Oh, dang it. Get off of the special style. I don't know why my settings aren't set. Ah. We're gonna have to go back to the lobby after this. Oh, dang it, floor break. So howdy, Ricardo. Oof. Alright, real quick, go back to the lobby. My macros were set. A very important lesson to... Wait, how do you... Oh, there we go. Very important lesson to always check your settings. There we go, jinkies. Yeah, he's pretty serious right now, isn't he?
Get ready for the next battle.
But hopefully, oh, he switched on a win. Oh, this is definitely David we're playing.
Wait, is this an actual like tournament? I thought it was just casual. It's like I can like
Well,
I
no,
give
it's
you a
not
free win
a
if you want.
bracket,
Like,
but
seriously.
we're doing a first to 5. But I
Huh?
did say play who you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no worries.
All right.
Do you do a low to a mid? Ooh, caught him. Okay, we're doing our pokes. Ow. I'd like to play the video game. Oh, he's mashing. Okay. Oh, he didn't mash. Frick. Oh. Well, he didn't punish.
Oh, good punish, Ronald. That was a very good one.
Thank you. No retaliation. So we might be able to get away with cat stance shenanigans. Ducked. Lidia. Oh, Johnny caught my startup. I was trying to poke. Alright, he's mashing now. So we're gonna have to try
that
and
was a
frame
punish.
him.
That was a punish.
Oh, it was a punish.
Yeah.
Oh, frick! Oh, wait, I'm dead. Oh, no. Yes, just like the chat says, please be sure to use the commands. Oh, frick. Punish. My toes. I tried to... Wait, can I parry that? I don't even know if I can parry that. Can I parry you if you're airborne?
I don't know Lidia that well, if I'm being honest.
No worries. If
I'd have
anyone
to study
knows,
that.
let me know, because that's actually something that I didn't check when I was trying out her parry. I was mainly trying to get a feel for the timing, but I didn't even check if you can parry airborne opponents or not. Like they do a hop kick or something. Oh, sorry.
Get ready for the next battle. 貴様をここで終わらせる。Round 1. Fight.
He's still sandbagging, sticking with the Kazuya. I'm kidding. Oh, almost got the whip punish. Ow, dude. Oh, what? Did you duck or did you catch my startup?
I caught you with a mid. That's something I forgot to say. I forgot to, silly me, forgot to explain the differences between mids, highs, and lows. Could I quickly do that right before this ends? It only takes like 1 minute.
Yeah, no, I mean, we can also just talk about it while we play. Like I showed earlier, well, if you're not entirely new to fighting games, the mids in Tekken, or in 3D fighters in general, are usually the moves that literally hit in the middle. But they're like the overheads of 2D fighters. You have to block them standing. You can't block them crouching. Ow. Oh no, wall break, I'm dead. Oh, just kidding. Let's go, Sajam. Oh, frick. Okay, I don't have any health. Oh, I tried to whip punish. You're on the floor. Oh, that was fun. My toes. What?
Oh, good luck.
That was too slow.
Thank you.
Oh, is that 3 or 4?
Should have been 3.
Alrighty. Alright, so he's punishing my strings here. I'm gonna need to be a bit more careful.
Kazuya would actually be my main character, except you have to use an extremely hard move to use. It's called the electric uppercut, or the EWGF. Electric Wing God Fist is the formal name for it. Point is that you have to rely on a super hard move to punish to get like real damage. It's the only way you can do it. It's ridiculously hard to do. So that's why he's my warm-up character.
Gotcha.
Round 1. Fight.
What? Didn't need to do that, but we fall. Punish.
Oh, good one.
Ah, dang it! I forgot my own combo for that. See, this is where I need more experience with the combos and all that. My toes! I gotta start. Oh, sick! Let's go. Oh, I remember what the combo supposed to do. Okay, yeah. Let's step 1. Let's try and the frick? What was that trade?
That was a plus frame.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You beat an electric. Dang, that was a fast move. Oh, shoot.
I had a command grab.
Oh, good break.
What? Is that a 1+2?
Yeah, 1+2.
Oh, okay, yeah, I should not have tried to retaliate with a kick. Finish? Oh. What? Oh, dude, what are these trades? Oh, frick. That was bad time to mash. Dang it. I am getting cooked.
Want me to use Law for last? Potentially last?
It's up to you.
Alright, I'll...
We gotta end this soon either way.
Alright.
Get ready for the next battle.
Skończymy przed moim kolejnym spotkaniem.
Ending off with Law with the fade. Okay, he is blocking the mids. I'm gonna need to go low. Oh, that scroll is not done. Oof. Good extension.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, what? I sidestepped it, but you can cancel on a whiff. My toes. What? Oh. Should not. That was a minute. Dang it.
Round 3. Fight.
We interrupted. Oh, that was a punish. I didn't believe in my own punish.
Good one.
Oh, darn, wrong combo. I'm getting things mixed up in my head. Ah, I did it wrong. We're getting our pokes. Okay, I gotta remember to use system mechanics. What? Did you beat my armor? What happened there?
Yep.
Wait, like, did you beat the startup, or...
I think I beat the startup, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought I had a big enough gap
Alright.
there. Or actually,
That's
well,
5 wins.
you were plus. But I thought you waited for a bit, so that's why I tried to do it immediately.
Okay. Alright.
Alright, but good stuff.
GG. And a quick thing I wanted to state though was when it came, and also Ron, if you want to go to practice mode quickly, so there are 3 types of moves. There's the there's a high attack, a mid attack, and a low attack. What you want to do is you want to mix those moves up. I probably should have said this before, but the high attack can be ducked, but it can also be blocked while standing. So you can either duck or stand block. A mid attack can you can block it while standing, but if you're ducking though, you're going to get caught by the attack. A low attack is pretty self-explanatory. Is that if you are ducking, you'll block it, but if you're standing, you're going to get caught. So it's pretty simple explanation. No, again, it's something I should have stated. But that's the thing about advanced moves is that mix up your high, mids, and lows attack. All right. So that's how you like master the advanced mechanics. That's all I wanted to say. So, and also there's something called like a backdashing, where instead of just walking backwards, you double tap back quickly. And then there's also something called the Korean backdash, which is a very complicated thing. That's going to take very long to explain, so we'd have to do that, save that for another time. I've taught that how to do that on my own streams and all that. But Korean backdash, you basically backdash and then press down back and then do it again and rinse and repeat. So I know we have to end the stream soon, but I just thank you for letting me take the time to explain those. So.
Yep, no worries. But yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the matches. And please be sure again to make sure you check out the links, not only to PaprcutRadiation and his content, but also these learning materials that he suggested. Or go ahead.
Sorry, I forgot to post my YouTube channel on the Twitch chat.
Yeah, well, I was gonna segue into that. If you're watching on YouTube, again, be sure to check the description for things. But if you're on Twitch, be sure to check the chat also. For PaprcutRadiation's socials and content.
So I'm actually going to post the Twitch chat right now. I stream when I have a chance and all that, but what I usually do though, that to make sure I'm consistent, is that I don't stream on YouTube, but I post recorded videos. When I stream on Twitch, a lot of what I stream on Twitch I post to YouTube, and I actually try to make my days consistent. I try to upload it daily. So what I'm actually doing right now is, you just saw my Twitch channel. I'm actually going to post a hold on, the Twitch is lagging on me.
That is not the infill.net, by the way. But
All right, so there it is. There's my YouTube channel and there's my Twitch channel. I upload videos every day, and I just want to say I do a lot more than like competitive fighting games. I play like a lot of single player games and all that. I try to make it diverse too. I play sci-fi games. I play fantasy/historical games, and I also play like family-friendly games. So feel free to check that out. I'm actually playing through a Japanese imported game called Naruto Uzumaki Ninden. It's basically the Japanese version of Uzumaki Chronicles, but it's uncut. You actually have the Akatsuki who are featured in there, which was cut on the American version. But point is that feel free to subscribe, or I should say follow me on YouTube, follow me on Twitch. I really appreciate the support if you do that.
Yeah.
So, you know, again, thank you, and everyone, thank you for your patience. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and thank you again
And
for...
thank you for your support.
Yeah, thank you for your tips, and thank you for playing with me. Definitely a wash, but I definitely have learned things today. And like I said before, there's also lots of resources that have been mentioned that will be pretty good to check out and learn from. Some people know that aside from Lydia, I also have some curiosity for Azucena and Lily. So I'll probably check out those characters as well, but one step at a time. I'll try and make sure to get a basic foundation of Lydia, but also get a better understanding of the general fundamentals and mechanics of Tekken 8. But yeah, aside from that, the main thing I want to make sure that everyone doesn't forget is that we will be in Fresno again for our big return. Our giant usual lineup: Guilty Gear, Mortal Kombat, Tekken 8, Dragon Ball, and Street Fighter 6. Next Saturday, actually, at the time of making this, at Club 1 Casino. If you're on YouTube, be sure to check out the description. If you're on Twitch, be sure to use those chat commands and go pre-reg. Really nice. Really appreciate Club 1 bringing us back here again. And it's going to be a big jamboree. So please be sure to come and hang out with us. We've been all over the place in upper and lower CenCal, so it's going to be nice to be back on our home turf. So I hope to see all of you there. Yes, indeed. And please be sure to share the social media posts. Let everyone know. Which also, one more soft reminder, wherever you're watching, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, but also check out all of the social media links. I don't exaggerate when I say Full Combo is quite literally on everything: YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, everything, dude. So please be sure to go and follow the Full Combo account. We greatly appreciate all you guys checking us out. But do you have any closing words before we skedaddle, Papercut?
I just want to say, yeah, you know, Full Combo, they do a great job at the tourneys. We really appreciate them for making, you know, that's just one of like, just one of the, you know, set of tournaments going on that's really making, you know, competitive fighting games like a big thing in CenCal again. So Full Combo, we really appreciate your effort, and we're looking forward to that tourney coming up. So thank you again.
Alrighty.
And
thank y'all for watching.